Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Create Flavored Mod Pack. In the previous episode, we got the unloading system done. So we have a bunch of vaults set up here now. I got most of these set up how I want them. They are still only one layer deep. I'm gonna need a lot of iron for the rest of these, but fortunately the system can be expanded. I was also completely wrong in how to actually hook these up to the system itself. So I've been doing a bunch of research on Tom's Simple Storage, and I actually managed to swap out the trims that were here for, I believe these are item pipes. Actually take a look. The framed inventory cables. These will actually allow it to connect directly up to the system. And yeah, the inventory trims were just not working here. I thought this mod was a lot more similar to like the drawers, the storage drawers mod. But yeah, it is actually more closely related to refined storage. So yeah, I got this system all finished out now. So today what I want to do is step away from trains for a little bit. We'll definitely go further into detail, a little bit more with them later on, but for now, I want to get a XP system set up. So what we're actually going to do is, we're going to grab our cart assembler and a minecart, and I believe that's everything we should need for that. Oh, and a rail. There we go. And I'm actually going to go find a spawner. Now, fortunately, there's actually one really close by. It's actually inside of that building right there. So, all the way up at the top of this building, we actually have a spider spawner. And by default, in the vanilla game, you can't actually move spawners. So, fortunately, in the create mod, and I'm actually just gonna get rid of most of this here, and then we'll probably put it back later. Honestly, I don't know if I need a millstone anymore. But yeah, so all we need to do to move this is place a rail beneath, cart assembler there, and a minecart. And we're also going to need a lever in order to power the cart assembler. So I think I can just stick this on the side. I always forget that you can stick it directly on there. And now, if I just right-click that, you can see that the entire contraption here actually got connected to the cart. So all we should have to do now is mystical forces binding this cart contraption to the world. Oh, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure you can still do this. Maybe not. Okay, so if you're having issues with this like I am, what you can actually do is go into the configuration files of your world and change the movable spawners value to movable. I'll add like a little thing in post. So after you do that, now you should be able to move the spawner. Next, what I want to do is, because this is actually a spider spawner, I kind of want to make a build here in the city area, or the industrial district thing out here. I think what I want to do is make some sort of, like a string factory, like a, I guess like a loom? I don't know what the actual building itself would be called. But yeah, so I'll decorate it pretty nice. I think I'm going to use this spot right here. And then we'll make a sort of a spawn room, and a killing chamber, and a little bit of storage. I'm not sure if I'll actually hook it up directly to the storage, or use some sort of importing, or what I want to do for that, but yeah, for now, I think I'm gonna get started on this build. And there we have it. The basic frame of the loom area here is pretty much done now. All I really have left to do is get some glass in the windows. And you might also notice there's not any windows up on that side. Oh, and there's some scaffolding here. I'm not sure if I want to build another building on this side and just move this road that's here. Or if I just want to leave it. So I think I'm going to leave the windows closed for now. And you might also be wondering how we're going to fit a spawn room inside of this building. Well, honestly we're not. We're going to go underground with this. But yeah, I just wanted to have a nice building here. Plus we can use it for storage. So I think what I'll do from here is actually dig down. And I want this to be probably 3. I think that could look pretty good. Something like that. Because eventually I'm not sure, but I think I want to do an elevator for this. But for now, I'm just gonna dig down a little ways. That should be good. Maybe. I'm gonna have to move out of the way of the scaffold though. So we'll just have this here temporarily. And then we can just go down here and we'll have the spawn room down here somewhere. I'm thinking about just going this way. And yeah, I think it needs to be a 9x9 for the actual spawn room itself. And we'll also need a killing chamber. Yeah, tons of digging to do. So I think I'm gonna get to it. Okay, I just finished digging out the hole. You might notice that I went one further down than I needed to. This is actually because I'm going to be using belts to pull the spiders towards the killing chamber. So I'll just be standing here with my sword, and the enemies will come automatically to me. Normally we would use water, but I kind of want to spice things up and, yeah, make it create flavored, if you will. So what we're gonna need is some more belts. I'm gonna have to craft a few more. Some shafts. Gonna have to craft a few more of those as well. And we'll also need another water wheel. And I'm gonna have to craft one of those. We'll also need some way to gather all the items. I think I'm just gonna stick with the vanilla option and just have a couple of hoppers. As well as a couple of chests. Maybe a few more. So, back inside the farm here, I've just set up a little bit of a collection system here. So I just have 2 hoppers pointing into a chest. I've actually lowered the floor down by 1, just because, yeah, we're gonna need a little bit more space here. And the way I want to set this up, I want to find the center of the room, just like that. And I'm going to place belts going along the line like this. And I actually... So I'm going to want one line in the center here, going all the way into the hoppers. And then I'll have a bunch of them set up off to the side, just like this. And we're actually only going to need shafts on one side. I'm going to put them on this side for now. Let's see if I can get that last one there. There we go. So we'll have belts. Actually, we do need them on both. Never mind. But yeah, we're going to put belts going like this. All across there. And then we'll have one in the center. So, for example, if a spider spawns here, it'll be brought in towards the center and dragged this way. And then we can, we can kill it. Actually, rethinking this a little bit, just to save ourselves a few belts. If we set up our collection system at either that end or this end, and we'll only need to have a line, something like this, going this way, and then the rest can be coming this way. That should save probably about 12 or so belts. And it should look something a little like this. Now, I'm not actually sure if you're going to need 2 here. I have them here just in case, though. So that should be pretty much the I guess, collection system done. All we need to do now is get our minecart contraption out. We'll also need a rail, so we'll place that down first. A cart assembler, and then we can put our minecart contraption inside. And I might lower that by 1 actually. Actually, it should be fine there. So, assuming there's enough light in here, this should be pretty much set up. I'm actually going to put a few more torches down just in case. And with that, just like that, there we go. All the belts are hooked up. It's a little bit slow. We can probably speed this water wheel up a little bit. Go a little something like this. That way, it'll speed up and the enemies will actually go in a little bit quicker. So that's pretty much the system done. I am going to need to block this wall up a little bit. Something like that. And I'll need some slabs here. Just like that. And if we get rid of all the torches in the room, that should be everything. Oh, I should probably close this up as well. Get rid of all the torches. And hopefully, yep, that started spawning right away. Sweet. And yeah, they come right towards me. Now there is one issue with this, and this is an issue in vanilla, not with this mod pack. Spiders like to, yeah, they just climb up into the corner. So I have a bunch of signs, and what I can do is actually, it's a little cruel, but I can just drown the spiders. So I think I'm gonna go something like that, and maybe like that. Just put a single source up in that corner. Hope I'll need one below as well. So probably right there. That looks pretty good. And yeah, hopefully that guy will drown. So a minor improvement that you can actually make to this system is to lower your chest and hopper by 1. You can put a couple of slabs up top and some below. Then all you have to do is step inside of here and take them out. And any items that go on top of the belts will actually end up inside the hoppers. Just like that. So the next step of our path to improvement is to actually get a Mending villager. So I'm just going to make a lectern if I can spell it correctly. I may need to go and grab some more bookshelves first. There we go. The reason we're going to need mending next is I've actually gone through a bunch of tools. I'm already on like my 5th iron pickaxe. At one point I did have a diamond axe, but yeah, unfortunately it died. So I'm going to just come over here to the village and try to close this up for them. These guys might already be zombified. I do hear a zombie, but I don't see any of them actually as zombies, so that's good. And there's actually already a few pretty decent enchantments in this chest that I forgot to loot. Feather Falling 2 would be really nice. Just want to double check. Yeah, I think that's the only chest I missed here. So I've just placed down my lantern over here. I think I just heard a zombie get converted. Oh yeah, there's definitely zombies at the front door. Yeah, that could have been bad. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like he... Oh, I spoke too soon. He converted one of our guys. Unfortunate. And I finally managed to get a villager in this little, don't want to say kennel, but a little prison for him. So hopefully he loses his fisherman job. He hasn't been traded yet, so he should lose it. I might need to block off his path a little bit. Something like that. Alright, now that he's the librarian, it's time for the very long and tedious task of turning him into a mending villager. And I got it pretty much immediately. Unfortunately, I don't have the emeralds on me, so yeah, I might need to do some more trading really quick. Hopefully he doesn't lose that job. Nice. I think I made it back just in time. So his trade is locked in now. All we'll need to do now is get 24 emeralds and a book, which shouldn't be too bad. I am gonna probably make a few more villagers into useful villagers, hopefully. And after trading for just a little while, honestly it didn't take that long, we have our first mending book. We can actually get a second one, but I actually don't have any books right now. But that should hopefully help keep our gear alive for a little bit longer. I'm probably going to put it on the sword first, but the shovel is also looking a little bit desperate. So it should be able to make an anvil now. Something like that. I think I'm just going to put it in my house. Probably right next to the enchanting table. Speaking of the enchanting table, I think what I want to do is disenchant my sword and try the enchanting system in this again. Now it's a little bit confusing to me. So Bane of Arthropods, I don't want that one. Looting would be good though. Bane of Arthropods. Now I have no idea if I'm actually doing this right. This system is so weird to me. I'm not sure how much I actually like it. It says upgrade on it, but I don't know how to upgrade it. I can remove the pieces though, that's pretty good. Unbreaking bite might be nice. I think I prefer that over knockback. It says click to upgrade. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I think I figured out how to upgrade it actually. So if you get another one of these same pieces, so for example, I have Unbreaking 2. I just click it and click that again, it should give me... Okay, it has 2 upgrade levels, but that should eventually upgrade into the next level. See, like that, I just upgraded Looting 1 into Looting 2. So, after doing a little bit more juggling with enchantments, I think I'm gonna go with this. So it has Looting 2, Unbreaking 2, and Bane of Arthropods 3. That should make getting XP from the spider farm a little bit easier. So I figured that would be a pretty good place to start for now. And I almost forgot the most important part of this. Yeah, I added the mending book, so... Nice, now it should be pretty easy to get some XP built up from the spider spawner. So the next thing I want to do is collect a bunch of diamonds, so I'm currently running the mining machine. As you can also see, I've upgraded it a little bit. I've made it into a full 9x9. That was my original goal for this, so glad to see it's finally there. I've also added, I think it's 8 more chests on here, 4 double chests, just to give it a little bit more room. Eventually I do want to make this into a full chunk, so that would be 16 blocks by 16. But yeah, the costs of this thing are getting a little bit exponential. It might be nice to eventually get one of the circular ones going, but honestly I find those overly complicated. Something like this works perfectly fine. It's just the costs are a little bit too much. So getting diamonds has been a little bit slow. So what I think I want to do is make a automatic system, a mechanical drill, if you will, that will actually allow me to go ahead and mine for longer periods of time. So what I did was go into creative and actually make a schematic. So I think I'm going to get started on that. One of the things I know that I'm going to need is a mechanical plow. I'll explain why we need that a little bit later on though. We'll also need a few rails. We'll also need a minecart with a furnace. This is really important that it is with a furnace. We'll also need 9 mechanical drills. And it looks like I can only make 8. Looks like I need 1 more iron. I would also like to have a seat on it. That way I can stay on it while AFK. And we're also going to need 2 deployers. Fortunately, I already have some. And we're also going to need some building blocks. For this, I'm going to use cut copper. I think that'll look pretty nice. And I've just gone ahead and updated the schematic to the new one that we have here. So what I want to do is actually take this down into the mines that I've already dug out. And I want to make sure it's just 1 layer above the bedrock, so we'll put our rails on this level here. We'll need about 5 or 6 or something like that, just like that. And I think actually I'm going to place my schematic down first. That way we can kind of take a look at what it is. And hopefully I can change the rotation of it. So I've positioned it roughly where I want it to be. You'll notice it's not actually in the world yet. Obviously, this is just a schematic. So this is based off of somebody else's design. It's a little bit more basic though. The one I was using as a reference has... And that's a lot of thunder. It has like a way to block water and lava sources and... Yeah, honestly, since we're going to be down here at bedrock, we're really not going to be dealing with lava a whole lot. Same with water, so I decided to just make it a little bit more simple. We do have a deployer here that will be placing down cobbled deep slate in front of the tracks, just in case there's a dip sort of like this. That'll keep the machine running in a straight line. So I'm just going to get started with building this. And I did actually forget to mention you will need a cart assembler for this, so I'm probably going to go and run and grab that here quick. So I have most of my blocks here in place now, and I can actually turn off the schematic. Just do a double check. That looks like... Oh, I messed the drills. Okay, so now everything is put together. So I kind of want to talk about gluing this thing together because you kind of have to do it in a specific way. Oops, I also forgot the plow. So we want to attach the plow to this, the seat to that, and we want to come all the way across here, up to the front. Actually, we can just go here first, connect it upwards, and now all the way to the front. There we go, that should be everything. We need to get this deployer connected there as well. I believe the chests also need to be connected, and all the drills need to be connected up together. Just checking once again really quick. I think that's everything. So next let's talk about the supplies that you will need to actually be able to run this thing. First off, you're going to need quite a few rails. It does recycle them, so I would say get at least 10 and then whatever is already down on the ground. You'll also need a little bit of cobbled deep slate just to get it going. That's only if you're down here in the deep slate levels. If you're building it up in the stone levels, you'll need stone. And the last thing you're going to need is some coal. Unfortunately, coal doesn't really spawn down here in the deep slate levels, so you might have to keep an eye on it. And before you start this thing up, make sure to put a piece of, not in there, but inside the filter, a piece of cobbled deep slate in the front one. Make sure it's the front one, and a rail in the second one, just like that. So I'm just gonna put my coal, cobbled deep slate, and rails here in this chest. And I want to actually keep a piece of coal out here because that's how we're actually going to be able to jumpstart it. So what I want to do now is just place my furnace part there, grab my lever, and flip the switch. Now hopefully, just want to do a double check to make sure everything is connected. It looks like it is, so what I want to do now is just break that so it lands back down on the rails. And I think that's everything. I think we can give it a piece of coal. And okay, so breaking that actually brought it off the rail, but it's not too big of an issue. We can just break it and place it back down, just like that. And you may need to bring a few extra pieces of coal, just in case that happens. So I should be able to right-click it, and it should be going now. I want to keep an eye on it, just to make sure it is placing the rails, which it looks like it is. If you can see right there, and it's breaking them behind the cart. So it's working pretty much perfectly. And what we can do is actually hop on the seat. And if we want to, we can go AFK. Now, I would definitely be careful about this because mobs can definitely spawn inside of the tunnel that it makes. So I think I'm going to go AFK for just a little while to see how well it does, and then we'll come back. And nice, this thing is pretty much immediately opened up some diamonds. Nice, that's actually a pretty big vein too. Now, unfortunately, I don't have fortune yet, so we only got 6. But yeah, that's actually a pretty good start. Unfortunately, though, that's all the time we're going to have for today, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.